What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be trying to destroy Grandmasters with the worst Terran unit. A couple months ago I made a poll trying to figure out what the worst I was wondering what he was typing initially there. Figuring out what the worst Terran unit is, and about 40% voted for the Hellbat, which was a pretty conclusive answer. Now I guess I do have to agree that Hellbat is probably the worst Terran unit. It used to have one very specific situation that it was really good at, and it was ultra late game TVZ. When all the minerals and all the gas, especially all the gases, were mined out, you could make Hellbats with Blue Flame and +3 attack, and they would one-shot Zergling. So they were like quite literally the best mineral dub, mineral sink in the game. But even that was nerfed. So now they don't one-shot Zerglings anymore, even at that stage, I believe. So the Hellbat doesn't really have anything about it anymore that is particularly good. The only thing that you can still really use it for is going for Hellbat all-ins. And in that case, I actually don't think they're that bad, to be honest. I think they're a little bit underrated. They did actually get a stealth buff, because what happened in the last patch was that the armory gas cost got cut in half for the reason that Terrans could make their 2-2 upgrades faster. You need an armory for that, for the bio. But that allows you to do Hellbat attacks cheaper / faster as well. So I think what I'm going to do in this episode is just do a bunch of absolutely brutal timing attacks with Hellbats. Now, just to clarify the rules, I'm not just allowed to make Hellbats. I can make all other units, but I do want to make sure that every single build I do leans on Hellbats, or as a Hellbat timing attack, where the Hellbat is the most important. Like, for example, in TVT, the Hellbats do have a usage that is not really seen very often these days, but I think is pretty strong. And it's if you go for mech against bio, if your opponent plays the style where instead of going for tanks and air control, they go for like a lot of bio, even with ravens perhaps, you can have a bunch of Hellbats in medevacs and drop them directly on the bio, and it's actually very, very strong. So that could be one thing we're going to do for the late game. Opponent's going to go for a Reaper into a reactor. Can I actually punish that? I don't think I can punish that. Let's see. It's going to be 2 Reapers coming out from that reactor. I should have, I want to say, about like 10 seconds to snipe an SCV maybe. So what I would like to do in this first game is maybe to go for a version of the Penguin Brothers. You guys probably have heard of that before. Viking Hellbat timing attack pretty much. Oh, I didn't realize he was going to come across despite not... Oh, that is miss micro by him. Can I kill it? Yeah. Oh, that is a rough start for him, guys. That means I can now probably skip the Hellion that I was going to build and go straight for the double reactor. So this is just going to be Viking Hellbat, as you do. Oh, I did forget one thing, by the way. Viking Hellbat, the Penguin Brothers in TVT, actually became a little bit better because Cyclones became more popular. Because Cyclones really suck against landed Vikings. I know that is not, an interaction you might think about, but Cyclones really do suck against landed Vikings. So we're going to get slightly economically ahead from this, but we're also not going to have units to defend the Cyclones initially. Judging by the fact there's no Hellions yet, it has to be Cyclones coming out from that factory. So I sacrificed my units. Wait, maybe I can save this one if I'm lucky. Let's see. That looks like it's going to get away. If that gets away, then it's an even better trade. So I kind of YOLO'd my Reapers in there. I lost one of them, but I kept one alive, which means that our scouting chances are still high. So here we go. I'm going to start making the Vikings. This is a very weird way to execute this build order, by the way, but I guess going for a Reaper expand like you would in the normal Penguin Brothers is a little sketch in TVT. So I guess I'm just going to check here one more time. Let's see if I can kill like another worker, get some scouting, and then we're going to go for that armory, which is of course going to be very cheap. This SCV movement makes me think his Cyclones are either close or they're all the way across the map, because he doesn't want me to get into the main base. Exactly. And now we're going to see the power of those initial landed Vikings. They're going to absolutely annihilate these Cyclones. They do so much damage. Though I do have to be afraid for the lock-on, so let's be a little careful here at least. It's going to use both lock-ons on that one Viking already. Oh, that was a little bit of a rough micro moment there by me. He is pretty crazy by keeping those over here, I have to say. Let's see, can I get a really good grenade? I think I should be able to. Don't quite hit the Cyclones, but I forced him to stay back. And my Hellions are going to clean it up. Now, the Vikings there didn't get the shine yet because I don't have the critical mass that I need. Like, I want the Cyclones to lose like at least one of them or a massive amount of health every time they go forward. So that was a very good trade by him. I can't lie about it. I would love to be positive here after that early game especially, but that was a really good trade by him. I think he killed a Reaper, 2 Hellions, and 2 Vikings, if I remember correctly, for just 2 Cyclones, so that is a little bit rough. But do I want to show my Hellbats? I don't think I want to show these Hellbats yet. I kind of want to scan to know what he's doing, but that's also a little crazy. He doesn't have a Reaper anymore, but I'm going to build a depot here to wall this off just in case. You can actually fully wall this off, by the way, if you guys didn't know. That's a pretty nice tip. Especially if you're playing a little bit greedier in the common sense, like going for like a Reaper expand. You don't want to have to worry about all these Reaper jumping cliffs. You can very easily just block this off. Now, I'm going to go for armor upgrades on the armory. Because I think the attack is... Wait, did I miss it? It looks correct, right? Yeah, it does look correct. Okay. It feels like a Reaper should be able to jump up here. Did they change it or something? That really doesn't look correct to me. Now, I'm not intending to go all in with this 100%, so I'm just going to build the base behind it. I'm a little afraid of flying across the map because there might be Cyclones waiting for me, and then I wouldn't have my Viking siege. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a second factory purely... Oh my goodness, that is not what I was expecting. Wait, that's actually quite scary. Looks like we might have to go for a big surround here, guys. Oh, this looks like we did get a really nice surround. The Hellbats should be able to take care of the turrets and the Marines pretty easily. And I don't think we can get the Ravens. Maybe one of them? Let's see, we are going to get that Raven, I think. Vikings are a little bit faster, right? Like, I know they're not much faster, but I think they were a little bit faster. I could be wrong, though. Or maybe the Ravens are faster now. I know that one of the unit speeds got changed. I have to imagine it's the Raven that's faster because I haven't seen anything. So that was another pretty bad blow. I really didn't expect that push, by the way. I thought it was going to be way more Cyclones than that. That was a pretty big blow to our economy because we lost all of our SCVs. Let's see what he's doing behind this. He might actually just be chilling at home. Let's see if I can get another Raven. That Raven falls. And now I have all these Hellbats, guys. These Hellbats don't really have a good counter here, you know. The Hellbats are going to annihilate the Marines and the SCVs. Look at... Oh my god, the Hellbats are absolutely popping off so freaking hard here. I'm not sure if I can get one of the siege tanks. I'll make sure to stay close to that one so the splash damage might kill it. Okay, so that siege tank falls. And we are in an incredibly interesting position. Like, this is not like any game I've played before. I can honestly say that. Now, I wanted to go for air control and then go for mass Blue Flame Hellbat drops, but I'm not quite sure that is the right course of action anymore because now I'll just have to make more Vikings so I actually do have the air control, right? In fact, I might not even have it as we speak because I think he had more Vikings than me. Gonna send this one to the middle. I'm getting ready to produce mass freaking Hellbat. I do really have to accompany this with medevacs. Like, I feel like there's no way I can do this without... I think I have enough Vikings to fight it. I can't do this without medevacs because this would just be a little too painful. Okay, so I'm gonna kill 2 Vikings right away. He might try to drop an auto turret if he has one. Doesn't actually seem like he has one. I'm gonna morph both of these into Hellbats, which is gonna be... These Hellbats are gonna be so freaking good here, by the way. Like, the Hellbats are definitely getting underestimated by him a little bit. Like, they will absolutely destroy the Marines. Can I repair one of these? I don't think so. The Vikings do a little bit too much damage, probably. Look at these Hellbats absolutely popping off, by the way. It's gonna kill the freaking siege tank, which is insane. But yeah, we did lose the air control. Looks like he... Or sounded like he was landing the Vikings, so that could be nice. Let's see. Guess I'll morph these into Hellbats, and I can drop these just on top. He's going to pick them up as soon as they're on the ground, I believe. He's actually not going to pick them up. He's going to lose one of them. And maybe I can actually save both of these. Oh, I did it. I sent that production facility over here on accident. Let's see. That is going to be a siege tank. Sucks that I'm not going to have these extra couple of Hellions. I do have Blue Flame, but Blue Flame is not going to be too useful yet. Now, let's see. I have... Oh, should be in range of those, I believe. Let's see. I'm gonna get a couple. Do not go there, please. I think my SCVs were actually pushing them out of the way there. Okay, let's see. And then I'm gonna go for it with all of my units. And this should be a pretty decent trade, to be honest. Sadly for me, the Blue Flame is actually not gonna come in action yet. Would be nice if I could get a surround on these Vikings instead. You could tell the tank was struggling with the target fire. And now we are finally gonna be able to hold off this attack. I don't think we have enough just yet to... Yeah, it's still not there. I mean, this time I didn't have money, so it's fine. Let's see. Is he still out here? He's not here anymore. I feel like he has significantly more economy than me. Like, it's not even really going to be close. The Hellbats so far have really provided for us, though. Like, without those Hellbat attacks, you know, doing an amazing job against the Stimulus Bio, I think we would have been in a massive trouble. But now, I feel like it actually looks pretty all right. Looks like we are going to get attacked over here. I can probably carry more of these into Hellbats as well. That should make this trade a little bit easier. There we go. Those Marines obviously not going to have much of a chance. I might have to make like a Cyclone or something. Look how good these Hellbats are, by the way. It's actually freaking crazy. I think he might even have sent his army back. I'm going to go for the servos upgrade now. I don't think I can get all of those. Wait, they two-shot. Wow. Dude, they're actually so freaking good, though. Like, I know I was telling you guys there's hidden potential in these, but I didn't expect them to be this freaking good. Now, I feel like I need to keep all of my Vikings on the ground. My army composition is incredibly freaking weird because it's not even... I don't even have air control anymore. It's actually just landed Vikings with a bunch of Hellbats. I could also make Hellbats directly from the factory, but I feel like the speed of the Hellions is just very nice to have. Oh, he's actually staying at home. I didn't expect that, to be honest. Good thing I made this one freaking Cyclone, by the way. Look at this. Otherwise, maybe he would have been able to do a serious amount of damage. So, all right. The state of the game... I don't know. I would love to be able to tell you guys, but I actually don't know what the state of the game is here. I have a lot of landed Vikings. He's scanning me, which might mean that he's going to go for an attack. I'm still going to be landing those Vikings. I'm actually so freaking happy that I've literally that one Cyclone. Maybe I could make a Thor, actually. That wouldn't even be the craziest idea. Like, the thing is, I want to make these medevacs, but it's also very questionable, right? Because... if he has enough Vikings, he will just shoot them down. Let's see. He is still chilling at home, which I guess is what I was expecting. I feel like I should go for... Oh, we found a couple Vikings here. Or rather, he found us, but I guess we had more Hellions than he was expecting. Is he going to save that? Oh, he doesn't actually save it. Surprisingly enough, we killed a Viking with Hellbats. That is quite impressive, actually. Let's see. Okay, don't really want to fight against this. What is upgrades? He doesn't actually have a lot of upgrades yet. I'm going to be making more Vikings. I think the next attack that he does is going to be the killer move. I mean, so far, he's actually giving us a decent amount of time. A note for next time, by the way, we apparently don't even need 4 gases. Normally, when you play mech, you take all of your gases, but here I don't even have the gases on my third, and I still have too much gas. This could be a really nice combination. I'm still very scared of his first push, though. It kind of feels like he's playing some weird kind of mech. Okay, this is going to be so juicy. Look at these Hellbats. Oh, they're so good at this. And then these Hellbats are going to come in here at the perfect time. Like, he hasn't been stimming his unit, which is incredibly weird. He might even have a tank here. Wait, I could drop on top of this, I think. Look at the Hellbats, guys. Oh my god, the Hellbats are so freaking good here. Now, is he in front of my base? He is not in front of my base, so that does make me wonder where his army actually went. It looked like he was out on the map, but then he changed his mind. Okay, so it looks like he got stimmed now. Do I get a couple more medevacs? I don't have medevacs yet. It's such an awkward situation. Like, I know I'm allowed to make other units as well, but I really just want to go for, like, the mass Hellbat drops, but he's had, like, too much air control this time. I'm going to turn this into a planetary, of course. He does have to... Wait. Ooh. Oh, this could be so freaking juicy, though. Wait, is that a free tank? No. I would love to hit all of those Marines. It's actually very risky. Okay, he realized just in time. That was really well done by him. He realized just in time that I was going to go for an absolutely massive amount of splash damage. I think I have enough Vikings to attack his Vikings now, by the way, which means I can make medevacs again. Let's see. Get him Cyclone. There is a tank over here, sadly for me. It doesn't really feel like he has that much stuff anymore, right? Could he... I guess he potentially could have this base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine that out. He might be moving somewhere with his bio and his Vikings, because I don't see them anymore. I only see the siege tanks there. Like, maybe he went for the base in the bottom. I kind of think I would have seen it with the Hellbats, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually getting +3 armor, by the way, which is pretty freaking crazy to get. Oh, this could be juicy. Look at this. Oh, yes, the heli is with blue flame. Those Marines were stacked, and that is awesome. I'm going to put those into Hellbat mode now, so I can keep them over here. And then hopefully he has this base, because then we're going to get some incredibly... Oh, no, we're not going to get that. Wait, guys. I could drop a mule there. Oh, I don't know why you guys are there. I could drop a mule there. That would be freaking awesome, actually. Can you guys imagine if I mine this out? Oh, that would be nice. Wait, I think I'm going to send a couple more Vikings across the map. I feel like I could add even more factories so I can get more blue flame stuff as well. Okay, this is going to go into the main. Oh, I do have enough Vikings to battle this, I believe. Keep in mind, I have the +2 armor upgrade, by the way. +2 armor works for both air and ground, so this is going to be a relatively efficient trade. It does look like he had more Vikings than I did, but I'm still pretty all right with this trade. This Cyclone might even... He's going to drop on top of the Hellbat, but the Hellbats are actually surprisingly strong against the Vikings as well. And let's see, I got a bunch of more stuff over here, and I'm going to drop these here. I'm going to drop a mule there. I think I need... What was I gonna say? I think I need more than one trip so the Hellions fit through, but I'm actually not 100% sure. These Hellbats are popping the frick off, by the way. These Hellbats are also kind of winning this trade over here. Oh, I think I need another mule. I do need another mule. So I'm gonna drop another mule there to mine this out as well. Okay, I feel like I should be able to kill those now with my new Vikings and the Cyclone. The mule mines that out, and now we're going to be able to run in, which is going to be very painful for him. I bet he didn't expect 1,000,000 Hellions to turn up from downtown, but here they are. He's actually making so many freaking Vikings. I guess I need more starports myself. Maybe, you know what? I'm actually going to make that Thor now. Let's see, I'm going to make some more Hellbats. Yeah, it's actually a little problematic because I so badly want to make like mass Hellbat drops, but if my opponent's playing mass Vikings, then there's also not that much I can do about it, right? Like, I'm just gonna have to keep building Vikings forever. Is he moving out yet? He is actually moving out. Okay, this is gonna be the scary part of the game. I think I should be able to obliterate a lot of these Marines instantly, but it's also not gonna be all of them. Let's see. This is gonna be a good trade, of course. I need my Hellbats like right now, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to get the Hellbats over here. This might be an orbital. Let's see how well the Vikings are going to do with the armor upgrade. The Vikings are actually doing really good against his Vikings. It's going to get a little close here, guys. Wait. I do have a couple of Hellbats into this medevac, which could be super nice. Let's see. I think it's going to be a really good drop here, guys. Yeah, the drop is actually awesome. Sadly for me, this was a planetary, so I'll have to move those over. But we are going to take a decent trade from the start. Let's see. He doesn't actually really have a lot of workers left, to be honest. Oh, I do not want to fight against siege tanks. If his tanks are siege, then we just run for our lives, no matter what. I could potentially make... what's it called? I could potentially... Oh, this is time to go. 100% time to go. Here we go. The Hellbats are going to come in brutally as well. Maybe I can land these Vikings on top of the siege tank. If the Thor can survive, can I pick it up with the medevac? The Thor does survive. We are going to be able to clean up the tanks. Dude, the Hellbats are actually so good at fighting big armies. And there we go. 29 supply left. We killed 74 workers against 60. And this was one of the craziest TVTs I've played in a long time. Landed, Viking, Hellbat was my army for all of it. My Hellbat drops and my Hellion run-bys, to be fair, especially in the bottom, did almost all the work. And then obviously we were clutch in the back with the Hellbat drops. Unit efficiency was about the same, which is very impressive considering what you guys think about the Hellbat. Let's go to game number 2. The second game is against Rodzin, a Grandmaster Protoss. Now, this is going to be a pretty tough matchup to make Hellbats work. How am I gonna do that? I mean, there's a couple of crazy ideas. Wait, at some point, I think this is really long ago, like I'm thinking even 10 years. I remember that 4GG, a Korean Terran, he did have a really weird build with Hellbats. And I think it was just something like one base Hellion drop, and then you save as many of the Hellions you can. You kill probes for free when you have the opportunity, right? But you save as many Hellions as you can. And then you make an armor and move in with Hellbats. I have no idea if that build still works. I have no idea if that build ever worked, but that does sound like a pretty cool idea to try. It's kind of awkward doing a follow-up from... Wait, maybe I should even hide the barracks because of the swag factor. I couldn't really think of another reason, so that's why, guys. Gonna hide the barracks over here. It's just gonna have trouble scouting. I feel like it could be a good idea because normally when I do a Hellion drop, it's kind of hard to make the follow-up feel very good. It's like... Blink always finishes around 5 minutes, so if you open Hellions, you're not going to have the required things to deal with a blink attack, like a tank and stuff. So even if you kill a lot of workers, you end up having to make bunkers in your main... Well, not on this map, but bunkers in your main bases at the front. Still rush out tanks, and it always feels a little weird. So if you could follow a Hellion drop up by going for a weird Hellbat attack, then that would be pretty awesome. Now, I wonder if he's going to check here. I wouldn't be surprised if he checks, to be honest, because this could also be a fake proxy. This is a pretty awesome location to go for a fake proxy, I do have to admit. Like, this looks very nice. Now, do I go for the proxy starport? My first instinct is yes. So I'm going to send a worker over already. I guess I can make the supply depot after the reactor, because reactors do build quite slow. He hasn't seen my fake proxy, so at this point, he's going to be assuming that it is a real proxy, which could be very beneficial for me. I guess... okay, this is actually a little annoying. So I was thinking maybe I can make my starport just right here. But he could check here if he thinks it's a proxy Reaper, right? Maybe I'll just build it like right here. So if he checks this location, he might not see it. It's still kind of in the way, so there's still a chance that he's going to see it. But I guess you can't always have Or you can't ever have a perfect proxy location, I should say. So I'm going to get the starport now. And then I suppose the idea is that we go for Marauders as well. Like, if we think about what's going to be countering our drop, there's 2 units that come to mind. Or, well, more than 2 units. But the first one is just Stalkers. And besides that, anything from a Stargate, really. Phoenixes or Oracles, I guess. Void Rays are kind of an unusual unit to build, but they would work as well. I think if we're going to go up against Void Rays, we might be screwed anyway. I know that's not the best logic ever for deciding on a build, but I think it makes sense, right? If you can make Marauders to deal with Stalkers better, and you can't make anything to deal with a Void Ray anyway, then you might as well make the Marauders. I think that makes sense. It is a pretty large map, by the way, to get across if you're not using the Reaper jump-up clip. So he's going for a battery at the front. I'm showing these Hellions pretty early. Maybe I should go for an armory already. I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to be attacking this battery for now. At this point, he 100% knows this is going to be a Hellion drop, of course. If he didn't know, that would be very surprising. Okay, so now what I'm going to... Okay, actually, I could still make this happen because Hellions or Medevacs are very fast with the boost. I would still expect him to have his units there in time, but this could be pretty nice. Let's see, are the units here? The units are surprisingly not here yet. Oh, he did... Oh, he went for the Void Ray, actually. Okay, then I'm going to have to cancel I think even my Marauder. I'll cancel the Marauder and go for Vikings and Cyclones instead. Now, I am going to lose these because... well, I can't really escape because the medevac is dead, right? But I killed so many freaking probes already. Can we get another one? Maybe. Wait, I can escape with these. That would be very nice because then I'll still have like a decent force to make Hellbats with. I don't want to lose another one. So I guess here we are. I don't really have anti-air yet. The problem with the anti-air that I do have is that even a Viking and 2 Cyclones are not going to kill a Void Ray under a battery. Like, it's just going to be an incredibly painful fight. Do I make another Viking? Do I make a medevac? It's not easy. Like, we killed a lot of probes, but now we still have to hit our, I guess, Hellbat follow-up killing punch, right? Because that's what this entire build is about. Now, the opening was very good for sure. If I was playing very economic, I think they would be nice. Right now, I'm not quite sure yet. Like, we're really going to need these Hellbats to pop off. I guess they are going to be able to kill the battery quite fast. So I'm going to focus on the battery. Then I imagine the rest of his units are going to have to run away pretty soon. He could have a second Void Ray. Actually see a Void Ray over here. Oh my god, he bought the Void Ray all the way back. Flew with the 2 Cycles. Almost lost it instantly. And now these Marauders are going to be doing so freaking well against the rest of his units. He could potentially go... Does he have energy for a battery overcharge? It doesn't look like he does. These Hellbats are actually busting through so comfortably. And there we go. All right, now this game, I have to admit, the Hellbats didn't actually do the most work. The Hellbats did allow me to finish this game. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're going to go just in Hellion mode, you can only kill probes. You can't actually walk through Stalkers with a battery. I wouldn't be able to kill this battery very fast. But I was still a little bit lucky that the Void Ray was all the way on the other side of the map. I like that he was going for Stim, but obviously he needed that at home. But still, the Hellbat follow-up definitely looks like something that's possible. Let's go for another game. Now, the third game is against another Terran. Now, what other strategy can we do? I guess we're definitely not going for the Penguin Brothers again, right? Because we already did that. Well, actually, I do have a cool idea. I think a long time ago, I feel like it was Future, an NA Terran, who came up with this idea. Where he just went for a lot of Hellions and then morphed them all into Hellbats. And I don't think they even had support. And he would just walk into the natural. Because they really deal with... Marines in bunkers very well. I feel like this probably doesn't really work anymore because people open Cyclones now, and I kind of think you might even have to play against Reaper Expand for that to work. I think I still want to try it out though, but probably a slightly less all-in version. I don't quite remember how that version went, but I feel like I need to take it a little bit slower. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a Reaper Expand myself, which can be a little greedy, but on this map it should be fine, I think. I'll do a little bit of an earlier scout. Then I'll get a bunch of Hellions, make an armory. I'll make Marauders with Concussive Shell. And then I'll try to drop on top of the Cyclones from this angle. Notice how it's very wide from this angle, where I can catch the Cyclones with the Marauders slow, and then the Hellbats push in from the front. I feel like that could be a pretty good idea. It's... I mean, TVT, it's always going to be tricky to see if your stuff is actually going to work out because there's so many things. Like some people like opening with a Viking, some people like dropping you super early with Cyclones, and then what are my Hellions going to do against it? Hellbats are going to be way too slow to chase it. So yeah, there's a lot of variables. I'm not going to pretend I can predict them all. I can just be smart and scout and then see what I can do against it. Looks like we are playing as a double gas opening. That's pretty much every TVT these days. I even get a little surprised when I see people going for a Reaper expand these days. Like, it's just, I don't know, double gas has completely annihilated the TVT meta pretty much. At some point, I felt like Reaper expand was just straight up better. But then players started playing mind game styles where they would just wall off the main base before you could scout. And that made it too difficult to play against, at least from my POV, because you had no idea if they were Reaper expanding on their high ground, slightly delayed, going for a double gas, going for 2 racks Reaper, going for 3 racks Reaper. You know, it's just, it was horrible. So, but I do feel like since people don't usually wall off anymore, like the way I'm building my depot is actually most standard now. I'm not even playing double gas, but I think the pattern still works out where one depot kind of gets built as a scouting, one depot on the ramp as another scouting, and you don't even wall off. Here you can see he didn't even wall off this, even though his depot is on the ramp. So walling off is just not really that important anymore. Now, I think I probably should have made my... Ooh, my bunker is a little bit late, guys. I just realized. Oh, no. I hope I don't die to... Well, it's most likely Cyclones, but I hope I don't die to super fast 2 Reaper 1 Hellion attack. Maybe I can pull him back. Judging by the fact there's only 2 Reapers here and no Hellion, that means we're probably still fine. I do need to make something against a Cyclone drop, which probably should be my own Cyclones, but I don't really want to make my own Cyclones yet. I'm going to saturate my mineral line with that one instead of the gas. Then I'll get a Tech Cloud. I should probably stop making workers, but it also feels kind of bad. Yes, for now the ramp is covered. This bunker should have been a little lower. I always forget that there's like this really weird sneaky jump up spot over here. So the bunker should have probably been here instead, so it actually covers both of those. This jump up spot is completely covered by just 1 depot. That's why that is so nice. Now I guess I probably make a Marauder already. Yeah, it's going to be a little expensive what I'm trying to do here, but we'll see. Maybe I can make a depot over here, actually. I wonder if that works out. Like, I am still 100% expecting the Cyclone drop, because it's just super, super common these days. So 4 Hellions is not really going to be enough to deal with that yet, but the 1 Marauder is going to be extremely useful. 1 Marauder by itself is not going to do that much, sadly, but we'll see how it's going to go. So I'm going to have 2 Marauders, 1 Marine, and 1 Reaper in the bunker. 6 Hellions at the front, or in the medevac, rather. 6 Hellions at the front, and then I guess I'll just make sure to unload the Marauders instead of the other units first when I get to, you know, the dropping part. Okay, so 6 Hellions are here. It looks like we are being... Exactly, this is definitely a Cyclone drop, I think. Could be something else, but it is most likely going to be a Cyclone drop. I can't really do much against this for now. I think I'll just have to chase it down. That's really all I can do. Here we go. I'm not even going to drop it yet. Now he's going to see that there's freaking Marauders inside, which is quite funny, most likely to him. Now, I think going for a Viking would make sense. Let's see what there is over here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to morph Hellbats right there in front. He's probably going to drop an auto turrets if I had to guess. God, this is such a funny looking army. This is actually so weird. He's probably extremely surprised. Like, wait, why am I getting chased into my main base by a couple of Hellbats? And they're doing so freaking well, too. Look at these Hellbats go, guys. I've killed all of the Marines already. Maybe I can actually get some more damage on as well. Oh, wait, why was there a Marine inside there? I guess I must have misclicked that. So I am going to... Wait, did I kill something? Where did the rest of his stuff go? Yeah, I mean, this is just an incredibly weird game now. I don't even really know what's going on anymore. I guess I'll run by these Hellions in his base. I'm going to remake my medevac as well. He has a bunker here, but he's not going to be entirely ready for my next 2 Hellions, so I'm going to be able to do a little bit of damage. He's clicking those a little clumped up. Maybe I can actually get those Marines as well. Don't think he has another auto turret yet, though he might. There we go. Couple more. And now we're going to back off again, and I guess I'll go for a fourth base. Now, I have the Viking this time, so he has to be very careful. Actually, I could probably just chase that down, I think, because he already used the boost. Vikings are a little faster. Here we go. Oh, this is really nice, guys. He can't unload these. Is he going to get the boost in time? I think barely not, but he could. He's going to boost it now. Exactly, but it was not in time, and that is beautiful. Now, what is my follow-up going to be myself? I think we're going to go to a similar follow-up as we did in the first game of today, which is just to go for the Blue Flame Hellions with the reactor on the starport. Now, can I still attack it? Wait, there's 3 Marauders. It's quite nice. I don't think I can attack him through the bunker anymore, so we might have to play it a little slower. I guess I'll make a reactor with that one for the factory. I have 8 Hellbats. I mean, I can drop on top of the tank, to be honest. Like, that is actually an option I have. I can drop on top of the tank. Hellbats would destroy that bunker pretty fast. Oh, it's actually... He has all the tanks there. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to be a little more split. I guess we're going to... No, do not do that. I guess we're going to... Oh, wait! Oh, my goodness. The Marauder drop is going to kill a freaking siege tank, guys. That is actually brutal. He's going to drop an auto turret, which is a pretty massive waste of energy, to be honest. And, all right, it's looking pretty good. Looks... Okay, that's Ravens. I thought it was going to be another drop for a second. So I'm just going to run away my workers. He actually wasted a little bit too much energy on auto turrets there. I didn't actually have to use all those to have the same effect, so that is nice for me. I did actually have 1 Viking here, but I did lose track of the Ravens there, so I'm probably not going to be able to catch them. I want to guess that they left over on that side. I moved my head a little bit when I was doing like that. I was telling you guys, like, on that side, like that means anything. I think he left to the right side here, but I'm still going to check the corner, see if I can find anything. I'll get armor upgrades, because the armor upgrades looked pretty good in that other TVT we played. Now, let's see. This is just a very weird, funny, sharking army. Now, okay, yes, sure. Come here with those SCVs. Ah, there they are. Can we get them? The other one? Oh, no, we're only going to get that one. Still pretty good, though. So we saw his Ravens arrive back home. I guess that is nice for us. He's going over to take his next base now. I don't think we want to be taking... Do I have Blue Flame? Blue Flame is actually... We might be able to take a fight. I was going to say we don't want to take a fight because I don't have Medivacs yet, but I have a lot of Hellions that are going to be really good in the fight as mass Hellbats, of course. And, oh, I don't need to back off. I also have Vikings that can target down those Ravens. I still have the Marauder drop as well. He does have a lot of freaking siege. Wait, if he's not going to siege... If he's not going to siege, there's potential here, guys. Oh, we're going to drop. I'm going to drop on top of the tanks. Look at the Hellbat. Oh, wait. If I get into the Marines, it's going to be so big. We're barely not going to get into the Marines, I'm afraid. Oh, maybe I should have waited for the Medivacs, guys. Because, oh, if I had... I'm not even kidding. If I had 2 Medivacs there with stuff, or with Hellbats inside, we would have killed all of those Marines instantly. So that is a little unfortunate. But I still have a chance here, of course. Oh, need to make sure I don't lose this to that. I still have... I think I have 2 Medivacs, right? Yeah, I do have 2 Medivacs. Thank goodness. Hope this is not dying to a couple Marines. It kind of was, so good that I checked. Let's see, where is he gonna come? He's actually gonna stim in with everything, which is quite surprising. Here we go. Can I reach that? Barely not, I think. Oh, that was a massive hit. You guys saw that freaking hit? That was actually pretty crazy. Now I'm gonna morph all of these into Hellbats, and then I think we'll go. These are actually kind of popping off. Let's see. I'm gonna drop on top of these. He's gonna get the command center, I think. Yeah, he's gonna get the command center, so I have to rebuild that again instantly. But we did kill his entire army. These Hellbats are actually popping off the entire time. Dude, you guys saw it there, right? That's what I wanted to do the entire time. The freaking Hellbat drops on top of the Marines are so brutal. Like, they're actually just annihilating a bio army, you know, like absolutely destructive. Now I have 1 Hellbat drop per base. That should... Oh, he has a turret there. It's good that I noticed. I didn't see that before. Gonna patrol this over here. I'm rallying all of my stuff across the map on accident. Let's make sure I stop that before I lose 1,000,000 units to a bunch of random stuff. So he's gonna stim on top of that already. You are gonna drop over there. I can probably still save this. And now he's gonna be distracted for my drop that is gonna arrive in the next base. This drop is doing a lot of work. This drop is now also gonna pop off. Oh my god, the Hellbat drops are so freaking good again, guys. These are gonna be back over here. Let's see. I think the Marines might be here. Yeah, the Marines are there, but he's not paying attention right now, so he is gonna lose a couple of SCVs, I think. Not that many in the end. I still have 1 drop over here. Let's try to pick this one back up. Dude, the Hellbat drops are just insane. They're actually freaking insane. Okay, so I'm gonna kill those, and now I can click on top of that. My 3rd base is about to finish, and we did so much damage with these freaking Hellbat drops. It's actually pretty crazy. I think... I might not want to drop again, to be honest, with all of those at least. Oh my god, that's a lot of mules. Wait, can I target those? Hellbat? Triple mule kill? Oh, double mule kill. That's about 400 resources lost instantly. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I want to drop. And I say that because I need enough medevacs to fight the army. Right? I need enough medevacs to fight the army in case it happens. Now, let me get the servos upgrade. I definitely still need that. I'm going to drop over here again. Probably on top of the tank would be a nice location. You go over there. This tank is going to die pretty easily. Oh, he actually left a tank over here that I can kill now, which is nice. I do still have a couple units over there in that medevac. So I can always save my fight if I have to. Oh, these helmets are going to do so much damage. Look at that. Actually, so many SCVs going down instantly. This helmet is popping the frick off as well. He's not moving across yet. I'm just going to be able to pick this one up, guys. The helmet drops are actual just insanity this game. Like, they have done so much work. It should be illegal to do that much damage with just some helmet drops. This one is still alive too. What is his upgrades? 1-1, which should be the same as mine, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to get +2 armor, so that's basically the same. Going to get a couple more helmet drops in here. Now, I'm not quite sure I want to attack into tanks. It's just my army is so good against Marines and so bad against tanks at the same time. So he has a 4th base there, but I can actually just sneak past. I think I can just completely sneak past and go into this mineral line here, guys. This is going to be so brutal. Here we go. All of those units are going to die. It looks like we are exactly fighting against a big drop. Let's get those into the medevac. Do I need to go over here? I feel like we can just absolutely annihilate his army, to be honest. But I think I'm still going to use the medevacs anyway. Here we go. He's going to have to run away for his life because he's going to lose all those Marines. Oh my god, it's so freaking beautiful, guys. It really is freaking beautiful. Now, I do have a couple Vikings showing up. Probably just going to be able to drop on top of those as soon as he runs out of boost. Like, he's going to have to drop those, I believe. Exactly. So I'm going to drop on top of those units. Those helmets are going to take care of everything. And oh my god, the helmets were good this game. 178 against 47 supply. If I remember correctly, we didn't even have a good start at all, right? Like, our first attack got absolutely stomped, but 88 workers killed. And you guys got to see how freaking good the helmet drops on top of Marines are. I think at some point he pushed us with like 30 Marines and 4 tanks, and I basically cleared up all the Marines with 2 medevacs full of hellbats. That was beautiful. Let's go for another one. Game number 4 is against sort of. All right, a 6-1 Zerg player. Now, I guess after game 1 where we played the Penguin Brother build Viking Hellbat against Terran, we should definitely do it against Zerg now. Sort of just came back from Korea a couple weeks ago. He was practicing in Korea, and now he's back in Europe, so what better way to give him a warm welcome than hitting him with some nice, good old Penguin Brothers. Now, there's a bunch of versions of the Penguin Brothers that I could do. I thought of the enhanced version first. This is all some real deep lore, by the way. Only the people here that have been watching for years will know what the hell I'm talking about with the enhanced Penguin Brothers. The Hunter variation as well. But I think I'm going to go for the enhanced version, which is basically a Hellbat Marauder Viking. Actually, I do also like the classic Penguin Brothers, mostly for the reason that it transitions better into the macro game. So I think it would be pretty cool to play like a very long, drawn-out game, though my usual follow-up from that is actually playing mass Vikings, so it would even, hinge a little more on the Vikings than the Hellbats, but that would also be pretty cool. But the Hellbats are obviously very instrumental for that initial attack. Viking Hellbat, I still think the Penguin Brothers, the Viking Hellbat attack, is the single strongest Hellbat all-in. I guess you can't really call it an all-in, but a committed timing attack that there is. I think a lot of the other Hellbat all-ins, they really fall flat on their face as soon as it's even countered a little bit. And with the Penguin Brothers, I've actually been able to win even when my opponents were ready for it. Like, you really need specific builds to counter it hard. And even then, you're going to need some pretty good micro. Just having a couple Banelings is not usually going to do the trick. Now, the thing about Sordov is that he's the kind of Zerg where I guess he kind of figures out how to play macro game in a perfect way. Like, you won't see him cheese very often. He really just tries to figure out how to play the perfect game. So I would expect him to have good scouting and to react appropriately, which is only going to make this more exciting. Now, this build definitely got buffed a little bit with the armory change because I need 50 less gas, and it's one of the builds where you have to cut workers to make it happen. Looks like a hatch first to me. I have been getting fooled a lot, I have to admit, by the extractor trick hatchery first builds where there are suddenly 2 Zerglings in my base that I don't want there. Now, I wonder if this means I can saturate my gas slightly slower, because if I don't do that, then it's basically the same build, right? Like, if I don't make my gas slower, then it actually didn't get buffed by the armory being 50 gas cheaper. I would actually have to make a conscious change for that. So maybe I can just, yeah, saturate my gas a little slower, and then we'll see. I'll put 1 in there instead of 2 right away, and then the next one I'll put a little bit later. Let's see. I don't want him to get the creep tumor too easily, so I'm just going to stick around here for now. And then when the queen is pulled back one more time like there, that's when I'm going to go back around. On maps with ramps like this, you can't usually deny the creep tumor, so I don't want to stress about it too much. So let's see. This is reactor number 1. Reactor number 2 is going to come down here. And then, let's see, 25 SCVs. I feel like we might have to cut SCVs already. Maybe because of the gas thing, I can afford 1 more SCV. That makes sense. I think I can go up to 26. I don't really want to show him that there's no SCV building here. So I think I'll make 1 more. If I have to cancel it, I will. If I can keep it, then that would be fantastic. He's going to go for an evolution chamber for the block. Oh, no, he had such a nice block setup, but he didn't put the drones on hold position. That is tough. I hope for him he has a queen here. No, he doesn't. Oh, that is a significant mental blow to start this game with, guys. That I can say for sure. It kind of looks like he was searching for it. I think I saw a couple links on the minimap there. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I saw a couple zerglings there, so I'm going to keep these next few Hellions at home. Now I'm going to start my armory after the first 2 Vikings. Let me check if there's an overlord on the bottom here. It's kind of hard to deny overlords from scouting this, to be honest. Like, so, sometimes I just feel like you can't, and you just kind of have to deal with it. Let me just one-shot that creep tumor there. It's going to pop it again right away. Couldn't quite get it with the splash damage there. That would have been beautiful, but sadly not. Now, I have 2 Vikings. I should probably split them up and try to find the Overlord. I saw the Overlord at the start. I kind of have to imagine that the Overlord is here, but I'm not sure. It could also be in the back there. I'm just going to try check over here real quick, and then I'll move across with the Viking after that. Okay, so I found the Viking. He saw that there was no 3rd CC over here, which is going to raise some suspicion for sure. I think it's dead, right? Yeah, it did die. And then I'm going to move across as soon as I get my next pair of Vikings. Guess I'll send the Marines as well, because why not? Let's see what I can find here. Nothing in particular yet. Oh, I'm actually excited to see how this is going to work. Okay, so now he knows that I have a lot of Hellions. That's all he knows, but he does know that I have a lot of Hellions. So if I was him, I would actually feel a little bit suspicious already. Okay, so I'm going to land this Viking over here. I don't want to show the other Viking too easily. I'm going to land this one now. And then I think I'm just going to jump on top here right away. I might be able to surround him. No, he was paying attention just enough that I couldn't. Okay, so I'm going to do a little more damage, and then I'm going to morph them into Hellbat. This is going to be a pretty sick morph. He did go for extra queens with his build, so he's going to have a lot of queens. And I just need to make sure that I get into the middle of the queens as fast as possible. The Vikings are doing so much damage, by the way. The Vikings are so good at this. I'm going to kill this queen really fast. The Hellbats are still alive. I'm pulling my Vikings back, so the Hellbats can take care of the Zerglings. Instead, let's take these 2 queens down on top. Man, this build is so freaking strong. I think he had 8 queens there and a bunch of Zerglings, but we're still gonna break through. Like, the Penguin Brothers build is actually freaking crazy, guys. I'm telling you. I think this is by far the best Hellbat attack. Now, we haven't won yet because these games usually get a little bit chaotic. I think I'm just gonna focus down the 3rd base, and then we'll move on to the natural. He might be morphing Banelings or something. I don't think it's worth it for me to chase down all the drones, because that's just, you know, it's pretty easy to run away. I don't actually have any fast units. Okay, so he has a lot of Banelings here. I guess I'll just try to split my units as well as possible. The splits are going to be pretty decent here. Looks like, there we go. Good micro there. I'm going to take down this queen, and then I'll take down the other queens as well. Got a couple more Vikings coming in. I'll scan just to make sure I know where the Banelings are. I'm going to take this base on location, and as soon as I target down those Banelings, I think that should be it, because that means the Lynx can't overpower me anymore. And this build is looking so freaking strong as ever, guys. Oh, for a second I thought that was a Roach. That actually would have been a little scary, but no, thank goodness it was just a queen popping out there. That means that there is most likely no Roach War, and these Hellbats are going to annihilate the drones. He's trying to make more Banelings, undoubtedly on the high ground as well, but there we go. A 6.1k Zerg, guys, and absolutely no chance against the Penguin Brothers. I will say it again, and I will keep saying it forever, because I really mean it. The Penguin Brothers is an absolutely brutal, powerful Hellbat timing attack. Let's go for another game. We're playing against Meow, who I know is Night Phoenix, a pro Protoss player here, guys. And how am I going to do it now? That is the question. To be honest, there is not as many strategies against Protoss with Hellbats as there are in the other 2 matchups, so I am feeling a little unsure. Actually, I just got to something just told me that I should just go for it. I'm going to go for a 1-base proxy, which is very crazy, but I don't really think there's anything else that's that good against Protoss. Like, the thing with Protoss is Protoss has extremely good mid-game drop defense. Doesn't really matter if they go the Stargate or the Twilight route. I guess the only way they don't have amazing drop defense is if they were playing Robotech without going for a Twilight, which is extremely uncommon. But both Phoenixes and Blink would just absolutely annihilate drops. So going for Hellbat drops in the mid-game, especially when a battery will deal way better with the Hellbats than, like, you know, a single bunker would or something like that. I think we're going to have to go for the proxy. It's actually very nice to put it down here because I could even see when his probe was leaving, but he couldn't see me because of the high ground, of course. Now, how am I going to do this exactly? I don't really know yet. Like, to be honest, this build, the idea I have in mind is so weird to me that we're just going to have to see how it goes, to be honest. I was going to go for a Reaper and then probably play, like, very fast Hellions with Marauders, that kind of thing. But I don't really know when I can afford what, so I have no idea when the factory is going to come up or whatever. Like, I actually have no idea. I think I can build a factory. Should I wait? Oh, no, I can't actually build it there. Oh, unfortunately. I was like, if I build a factory here, I can fly it into his base as well. I think there's barely enough space, but the thing is, you can't actually reach there with your worker without mining this entire wall out, which would just take too long, of course. I'm going to maybe lose this worker later on, so I have to be a little careful with that one. I'm going to get the factory now. Ideally, I get a reactor. Not quite sure if that's going to be on the cards, though. Not quite sure if I can afford it right away, at least not for the Hellions. And I still have to make Marauders as well, right, with the idea that I had, so I guess we'll see. Now, maybe this Reaper can get a little bit of damage done. That's a very good building placement by him. Probably kill this probe at least if I micro correctly. Should be able to get that. Exactly. There we go. Probably not another one because I don't want to dive too deep because I'll lose it. I don't know whether it's an Adept or a Stalker. Can I get it in time? That was a little greedy by me, but I guess I did kind of know what I was doing after all. But that was definitely a little crazy. Now, I'm going to fly my barracks over, or my factory over. But this is going to be a scary moment. So I'll pull the Reaper back for now, just so I can make sure it doesn't get blocked. He hasn't seen my proxy yet, which is very interesting. This could also be a proxy Stargate from him, by the way. That would be very problematic, I think. Now, let's see. I'm going to go straight into the main, see what kind of tech we're dealing with. I kind of think it's a Stargate. It is indeed a Stargate. Oh, okay. So he shaded away. But that shade is going to make it pretty tough for him to kill my Reaper still, I think. I can just maneuver it around like this for a while. Especially if he's... Wait, I can click these Hellions straight into the base. I feel like I might have a free pass here. He used another shade, which is going to be a little problematic for him, guys. And he's not going to have enough units to deal with these Hellions right away. He's definitely going to be losing some... Oh, that really good probe movement there by him, actually killing one of these. Now, I still have to make an armory. I think the armory is going to come down now. And then I just have to make sure that I... actually, maybe I should make Cyclones, huh? Because there is a Stargate after all. Let's see, make sure I don't lose this one. That would be a good move. The Reaper is still alive in the main base, which is really annoying. He doesn't have a battery here, I believe. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can do some damage against this. I don't want to lose this Hellion too easily. Not quite sure if I can help it, though. Okay, good micro there. Let's see if there's a unit building by the Stargate. Not quite going to get deep enough. I don't have my armory yet, so I can't morph these. That is very annoying here. I could also do a Hellbat drop instead. I'm not quite sure how I want to do this. I definitely... well, I guess it doesn't really matter if I wait for the armory because I need to repair my Hellion up first anyway. Okay, so that is going to die pretty fast. He is... Oh, wow. I don't know how that actually didn't work. That's actually freaking crazy. Normally, the pickup on the medevac always kind of works from that distance, but I guess this time it didn't. I need to keep my medevac close so I can actually go onto the high ground. Is he going to activate it again? Probably not. He's actually picking up the... Oh, the battery overcharge reaches. Man, battery overcharge is always... And I don't know how, because that's like the best spell in the game. It's always still better than I think it's going to be. Like, you would think it can't be any better than you think it is, but that it still is every single time. So it's going to run out now. We should be able to grab a Stalker. And now I'll have these Hellbats, guys. These Hellbats going to deal with the probe super well. And he's running out of energy on the Oracle. So look, the probes are all dying to the freaking Hellbat. The Stalkers are dying to the Marauders. Oh, I couldn't quite pull that one back in time. time. That would have been nice. He might try to activate that one soon. I'm making a Viking, which I'm already regretting right now, to be honest, because if I... Well, actually, I can land it, I suppose, so it's not going to be that bad. I suppose I'm going to... Wait, I have one Hellbat here, guys. He needs to pick up the Hellbat, because else every probe is... Look at the Hellbat damage! He activated the Oracle just to kill the Hellbat, because otherwise his probes would just die too fast. But now he doesn't have energy for the Marauders anymore, so I think the Hellbats somehow are still going to freaking do this. I want to guess that he's probably going to make a Void Ray. That's why I'm... Okay, actually he has it already. Then doesn't matter. Then we're just going to go for the kill on the workers. I think especially with the Hellbats, we should be able to just close this one up. He's not going to have any workers left. I could make... Oh, look at the Hellbat. It's going to do so much damage to the probes. It's absolutely beautiful. He doesn't have energy left. There's not going to be any probes left. No GG. And there we go. A 6k Protoss falls as well. So we beat a 6k Protoss and a 6k Zerg. And in general, a very successful episode. And that just shows, guys, even if you think a unit is weak, there are always going to be strategies you can do with that. So don't give up on your favorite unit. If you want to make Hellbats all day, just do it. You'll get better at it. For me, I'm quite tired. That's going to be it for today. I think we had about 50 minutes of gameplay or so. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for the next one. Adios.